Thank you indeed, Zainab, as you put it. But earlier on, we were inside the dome, but at the moment, we've come outside just to observe who is making his way into the dome. And as you've mentioned, the president is also expected to officially open this devolution, the 6th devolution forum here in Kirinyaga County. But it's not yet clear what exact time he is going to arrive here. It is not indicated in the program, but speculations from our sources, we've been able to speak to a few of them. They're saying that between 11 to 1, the president is expected to arrive here at the main dome here in Kirinyaga University. So before that, Zainab, I'll be speaking to a number of guests here regarding the expectations in this 6th devolution conference. And some of the key issues that are going to be discussed here include the universal health coverage, as I mentioned earlier. But interestingly enough, also, Zainab, over the recent days, we've seen governors from different counties coming together to consolidate funds and work in what they name the economic blocks, just to forge a way forward for the development in their regions. We've seen these with the Central Region Economic Bloc. And we have now the Northern Corridor, Northern Economic Bloc. And just to dissect this further, I will now interview the governor of Marsabit County, Mohamud Ali, just to let us in on how, on his expectations first, and tell us how have these economic blocks work and how would you advise going forward?
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. I'm happy to have an opportunity here during this devolution conference, whose theme is to deliver, transform, measure, and of course, while remaining accountable to the people of Kenya. As an economic bloc, FCDC, we just concluded our workshop in Garissa on Friday. This is a bloc that represents basically the most vulnerable counties in the country in terms of having been marginalized for many, many years. But we have said, courtesy of devolution, we are able to manage ourselves. Resources are coming down to the counties, and we appreciate, we thank the Kenyan people to have given birth to this new dawn in our lifetime. And we said we have to really take our position and ensure that the lives and livelihoods of our people will be improved through us coming together. Our focus is, you know, these are pastoral communities where people basically depend on livestock. We have to position ourselves. Water, pasture has always been a problem in those areas. And we are keen in provision of water for our people. While we focus on ensuring that livestock is given the necessary focus that is required, we will be also trying to teach our people new skills so that the farming will not be left behind where it is possible, especially through irrigation, since rain-fed agriculture is a big problem, so that the dependency or relief will eventually stop. Also coming together, we have to provide voice for our people so that we are not disadvantaged. There are some people, some institutions in government who still live in those early days of not caring about some parts of this country. For example, you remember we articulated about the Equalization Fund. Equalization Fund was put in this constitution, in our constitution, to ensure that those counties will catch up with the rest of the country. Unfortunately, and very sadly so, only one time those funds were released. Up to now, we have a lot of funds meant for development of those areas lying idle. We want to come together as a bloc to petition the people, the offices concerned to ensure that these funds are released. While thanking the president for giving the support to this bloc when it was being formed at the inception, when he rallied the donor communities to focus, other officers, unfortunately, are not reading from the same script. The revenue sharing formula, which has been revised recently, disadvantages these areas. They are talking about basing majorly on population of this country. While we have no problem with that, we don't have to discard our other areas which are sparsely populated. You know, So we want to say that now we are awake, we are alive to the fact that devolution has to work for everybody, not selected group, not selected areas, all the nation. We must move together at the same pace. It's not like before, where sessional paper number 10 of 1965 insisted that Kenya will not invest in those arid areas. Those are the dark days which are gone now, courtesy of our constitution, and we must ensure that all the institutions charged with the responsibility of taking care of this government or this nation are aware of this fact, and they live to the aspirations of the constitution to the letter. That is essentially about the block.
Governor, looking at the scorecard since the devolution was officially born back in the year 2013, maybe what are the scores and what are the misses?
The scores are that the counties have made quite a number of strides in different areas. If you look at each particular county, they have something to showcase. For example, coming home, my own county, Marsabit, many things have been improved, especially in the health sector. Before, our people used to travel all the way to Nairobi for even small things. These referrals now have stopped. Only very critical situations that we cannot handle referred here. For example, we have a dialysis machine in the county. Our people need not to come here, right? They are getting that treatment back in the county. This has not been possible before. I have championed ensuring that our people got insurance cover through NHIF. We have started with the initial 10,000 households, totaling to about 60,000 when you look at the dependents. This is a major stride. When you look at polytechnics, for example, we've made them free for our people so that they can have an opportunity for training, getting skills, right? And many other counties have got many things that they have to show for, right? And we really appreciate. Only that we want to petition Treasury, the national government, Treasury Department especially, to release funds in good time. And also not to interfere with the revenue sharing formula, which has been passed before. The current one under consideration is not really favorable to every county. They release financing, they release the delay releasing of finances to the counties, and eventually they create headlines saying that funds are idle in the counties. They are not consumed. People have no capacity. But they delay. They release towards the end of the financial year. That is bogging us down. We are here to tell them that they must speed up releasing of the finances to the counties.
Lastly, Governor, the issue of water and sanitation is going to be discussed here. And your county is one of the counties that has challenges in terms of water scarcity and things like that. What are your suggestions in this devolution conference? What do you bring to the table in terms of maybe the solutions that are available in order to achieve water and distribution in your county?
Very important. Thank you very much. Water is very critical, especially to my county and many other frontier counties. FCDC county members, because it's the biggest challenge that we have. My suggestion, number one, let us invest heavily in water. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have a lot of water that goes to waste through surface runoff. Rainfall, normally when it rains, is heavy downpour, which doesn't last long, especially in those areas, but this water normally goes to wastage. So let's invest in big dams. For example, in my area, we have Ethiopian highland. We are bordering the Ethiopian highlands, and we have a lot of water going through seasonal rivers and the rest. Let the national government also support us, because the funding that we have at the county is not enough to invest on those large dams. We keep hearing of very large dams being done, I don't know what, and in left, right, center, in very many areas. And sadly, although we don't complain that development should go to the rest of the counties, but the ones that critically need that kind of support are these FCDC counties, like county like myself and others, Mandera, Turkana, whatever. And all of us know let us devolve. Because when we say national government share, and they keep 85% of the funds, there is nothing called just national where you go and invest. You have to invest in the counties, because the total sum of the counties is what makes a national government. So these funds must be invested in areas where these funds are needed most, and that includes the FCDC and pastoral community areas.